Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-March 2022 video for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you any intuitive messages that I receive as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on. Also, it's totally fine if you find this video a few days before the middle of the month or a few days after the middle of the month. You'll find it when you need it, Capricorn. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. That helps me a lot. And when you subscribe, you'll be notified when I post future videos. I typically post a couple Capricorn videos a month. With that being said, though, let's go and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close for you. Column number 2 is going to be what's going to happen through the end of March. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. But let's pull a summary card here to see what we've got going on. We have the card Expectation. When I see this card, it means one of two things. Either things have been exceeding your expectations or things have not been meeting your expectations, Capricorn. But let's see which one it is. The first card that we have is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is a really good card. It's a card of being resourceful. So in terms of money, it's being really smart with the money that you have. And when we're smart with our money, it lasts a long time. It's like that kind of long-term card. So good money card. I think you've probably been exceeding your money expectations, which is good. This is also a card of fertility. So some of you could have found out that you were pregnant, or you could have been giving birth, or you could be a grandparent as well. The next card we have is the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an ace card, it's a card of newness. In this case, it's a new idea or some sort of new mental clarity. Then at the bottom, we have the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation, abundance. So two abundant cards, newness and creation can be associated together. This is also a card of pregnancy, so another fertility card as well. But let's clarify this column and see if there's any other messages I can provide you. Oops. The first card we have is the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is an interesting card. If you see here, all 8 of these cups are stacked pretty nicely, but yet this person is moving on anyways. They're moving away from them. With the 8 of Cups, this is about kind of withdrawing, retreating, moving on to something new. Some of you could be moving into a new money chapter. Maybe you just started like managing your finances differently or following a budget. It feels like new energy though. Maybe you are not always resourceful. For some of you, this could be like first time grandparent or first time getting pregnant as well. Moving into that new chapter, moving on to parenthood or grandparenthood. The next card we have is the Wheel of Fortune. This is one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. This is a card of good fortune, a card of good luck, but this is also a turning point. So with the Ace of Swords, whatever this new idea is or this new mental clarity, it's really going to be a turning point in life for you, Capricorn. And at the bottom here, we have the 3 of Pentacles. This is a card of collaboration and teamwork. Making sure you're utilizing the resources available to you. And this is again on top of the Empress card, which is a card of creation. So this new kind of world, this new thing you've been working on, could have been a result of teamwork or relying on others. In terms of being pregnant or having a baby or having a grandchild, very much so a teamwork card in terms of family and friend support for the baby as well. Now let's move into our next column, which is what's going to happen going into the end of March for you, Capricorn. We have the card Balance. Love to see the Balance card. This means that there will be more balance for you. We always love balance. Finding that perfect balance in life. Well, let's see what messages we have. The first card that we have is the 9 of Pentacles. This is a really good money card. The 9 of Pentacles is a card of luxury, self-sufficiency, financial gain. So there could be some financial balance coming for some of you, Capricorn. maybe your finances haven't been quite the way you want them to. Maybe you've been in a financially difficult time, but there will be good money balance here. Self-sufficiency is also important too. Just because you're self-sufficient doesn't mean that you won't have somebody else or you won't be supported, but we want to be self-sufficient just in case. So you might have that balance of self-sufficiency that maybe you didn't have prior. So likely some good money movement for you there. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is very curious. It's like trying to find out the truth on something. It can also be a card of gossip. Like maybe there's been gossip going around and that's been causing some of the lack of balance, and that will clear. Or you could be finding out the truth on something and that's almost restoring balance for you. Then at the bottom we have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is a really great card. It's wishes coming true. It's a card of material abundance and good health. Again, for some of you that have been unhealthy, you'll be back in that healthy stage, which will definitely give you some balance there. But definitely some big money cards coming into play between the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. So that's good news on the money front. But this is saying whatever you want you can have, which is always nice. Capricorn, we love that. But let's clarify and see what other messages we have. We have the World card first. The World card is about completing a goal or lesson. It's like the world has come full circle, if you will. This could also be a card of travel. So some of you could be traveling with this new money you're getting. Maybe you need to take a vacation so you can rest and recharge, and that will give you that balance. But in terms of completing a lesson or completing something, you could be really working through like that point again, maybe where you weren't doing very well with finances, or you weren't managing money well, or you weren't self-sufficient. So that could be indicating an ending for that. So you'll be more self-sufficient. You'll be more financially stable, and maybe you were not in the past. The next card that we have is the Empress. The Empress is a card of creation and abundance. We had the Empress already a little bit ago too, here at the bottom. So again, very much so money, lots of money coming in for you, feeling very abundant. You have the ability to create whatever you would like to create, Capricorn. This is again also a card of pregnancy and fertility, so potentially some babies for you or in your family. It's on top of the Page of Swords, which is again trying to find out the truth on something. I almost feel like you didn't realize you were capable of living this creative, abundant lifestyle, and you now see that, Capricorn. Then at the bottom we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is about being tolerant and being empathetic. This is definitely traits that you have. It's also about being supportive. So this is just a reminder to do all of those things. To get the things you want in life, you have to be a good person. That's kind of just a reminder of some of those core values. Now let's move into our next column, which is anything related to money. So career, job, finances. This could be businesses you run, investments you have, anything related to money. We're going to start out with a really strong money card there at the top with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is long-term money. For some of you could be retiring. This is a card of retirement. But this is leaving a legacy. In order to leave a legacy, you typically need quite a bit of money to do that. This could also be inheritance. You could be getting some family money as well. But great money card to have in the money column. We'll clarify that, of course. The next card that we have is the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of low feelings. This is loss, regret. Sometimes this is not feeling fulfilled. So there's some low feelings related to money or work this month. We're going to clarify and see what that is exactly. And then at the bottom here, we have the Seven of Swords. This indicates a not very good relationship. This could be like theft, betrayal, dishonesty. I'm going to say that these two cards are associated together. So you're doing fine money-wise, but there's something that's bothering you, like maybe you found out a coworker was dishonest, or like maybe you applied for a job and you didn't get it. Like there seems to be something that bothers you related to another person, specifically related to work, Capricorn. But let's see what we can come up with here. We have the Queen of Wands at the top. Queen of Wands is very confident and very self-assured. Anytime we have a king or a queen card too, this is long term. So I feel like this is just an indicator that you're doing the right thing in terms of money. You've had some really great money cards in this reading. The next card that we have is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is very studious, very hardworking. Sometimes this indicates volunteer work too. But what I'm getting the feeling of is that you worked really hard on something, Capricorn, and you didn't get the appropriate credit for it. That would tie into this kind of like dishonesty, betrayal feeling. Like maybe you did 90% of the project, somebody else did 10%, and that person that did 10% took 100% of the credit. So that's what I'm getting, at least, is like you worked really hard on something and you didn't get the credit that you deserved, and that's what those kind of low feelings are. At the bottom, we have the Death card. The Death card does not actually mean death, but it does indicate a change, or it's time to move on from something. So this could be saying like, don't partner with this person again, or let these feelings go. This means that you're going to be kind of successful regardless too. Like you are going to the light that's over here no matter what with the Death card. You're going to move forward in a positive light. So even though you don't feel like you got the credit you deserved, it's not really going to have an impact. You're still going to be successful. Now let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, anything we associate with love. Let's see what we've got. The first card that we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a very speedy card. It's quick action, quick change. It could also be news coming in. So there's going to be something quick happening in the love front for you this month. The next card we have is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, very strategic. When I see the King of Swords, it's a long-term card. So I think for those of you that are in a relationship, this indicates a pretty long-term, healthy relationship. For those of you that are single, I feel like you're really seeking that long-term, like that's your desire at this point, Capricorn. The next card we have is the Four of Pentacles. Conveniently, this is another long-term security type card. This is that desire for long-term security. Again, whether you're single or in a relationship, you really want this to be long-lasting. Let's see what messages we can get, though, for you. The first clarifying card we have is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is very bold, very powerful, very charming. This is going to be somebody else. So if this is news coming in, this could be somebody, like news coming from somebody in a position of power or leadership. If you're getting into a new relationship as well, this person's going to be very charming, very, very charming. The next card that we have is the Knight of Wands. This is a card of being very free-spirited and being very creative. It's on top of that King of Swords, which is, again, long-term. I think some of you have thought like you couldn't be yourself or do the things you wanted to do if you were in a relationship previously. And I feel like you're kind of at that tipping point where you realize that you can still be creative and still be free-spirited and have this successful long-term relationship. Some of you could also like be single and want to be single. That's a really wonderful thing too. Like this is saying that you can be successful by yourself too. You don't necessarily need somebody. If you want somebody, I think the cards are definitely there for that. But if that's not what you want, you can continue to be you and be really wonderful, Capricorn. The next card that we have is the Hermit card. The Hermit card is a card about going within for clarity. You see this light here, that's the light within you. But this is about being like on a personal quest or a spiritual journey. And I think you're finally getting to the point, Capricorn, where you realize what you want. That's that long-term desire card. You're finally aligned with who you want to be and who you should be and where you're going. And now that's driving that desire that maybe you didn't have before. Now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is message from our future self or spirit guides. So something to carry into the end of March with us. We have the card friction. Friction is a good thing. Sometimes that card means multiple different meanings, but friction in this sense is like things are heating up, things are moving. When things start to move, they cause friction. So this is saying that things are moving for you. But let's see what messages we have. The first card we have is the Fool card. The Fool is the first card in the Major Arcana. So this is like fresh hope, new beginnings, new paths, new adventures, new journeys. Definitely a card of newness, Capricorn. The next card that we have is the High Priestess. This is a card of trusting your intuition, trusting yourself. So as you go down this new path, as things start to move for you, it's going to be really important that you are staying in line with what you want, trusting your intuition and trusting yourself. Then at the bottom here we have the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. In the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is typically a new job, raise, promotion, investment, income. Not surprised to see this because you've had a lot of money cards. So there's definitely some sort of new money coming in for you. So you're on some sort of new money path. And the message here is that things are moving and you need to be trusting your intuition. But let's clarify what we've got. Let's see what we got. The first card that we have is the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal. It kind of gives you hope. It gives you inner clarity. It's like having faith in things again. You might have been really tired and really burnt out, and this new path is going to really restore you, and your energy is going to renew that for you. So that's wonderful. The next card we have is the Fool card. So we have the Fool above. For those of you that watched my readings before, I like when I have duplicative cards because it means the universe is saying, like I said what I said. I meant what I meant. So in this case, there's definitely some sort of new beginning, fresh hope, taking that chance, going on that new path. Again, trust your intuition and trust yourself there. And then at the bottom here, we have the Two of Wands. And I feel like you've been waiting for this. It's on top of that Ace of Pentacles. So you've been waiting for this new money, new job, new raise. And it's finally here. We are at the new path. Things are moving for you. Again, that friction. Things get warm, things get moving when we have friction. Now at this point in time, I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck for these questions. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause this video and think of them. But for question number 1, we have the 4 of Hearts. This is the number 17 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2, we have the 7 of Clubs. This is number 20 card. That's going to be a yes. And for question number 3, we have the 8 of Clubs. This is number 13 card. That one's going to be a no. So Capricorn, we have yes, yes, no. Then if you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from the Healing Stones deck. This is a crystal to keep with you through the month of March. And you had Fire Opal. This is a card that helps with passion. Helps you keep you spontaneous. It's really that like kind of firework energy. It's very cheerful, very creative, very passionate. And then last but not least, we're going to do a note from our Healing Notes deck. We can all always use more healing. Your note says, somehow in the midst of struggle, life finds its way to take care of you when you open yourself to receive healing, and all will be well. Thank you so much, Capricorn, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, if you subscribe, that helps me a lot, and you'll be notified when I post videos in the future. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, Capricorn, and have a wonderful rest of your March.